The dense and lush jungles of the Western Ghats are home to numerous species of colorful birds. The broad green leaves hide a skittish but inquisitive Malabar barbet. The rays of the sun enhance the wonderful plumage of the emerald dove. This shy and rarely seen velvet-fronted nuthatch could easily be mistaken for a little toy. An orange-headed thrush hides its beautiful markings as it searches the forest floor for food. And this super quick Malabar starling adds to the amazing diversity of avian wonders found here. From far away in the sky, the range of the Western Ghats can be seen as a thick green outline hugging the western coast of India. This entire range is a biodiversity hotspot. The elevated hills and mountain ranges of the Western Ghats have resulted in a high degree of endemic species. Some mountains here have impressive peaks, like this one at Anamudi, which has an elevation of 2,695 meters. At such great heights, these ranges can attract wandering rain-bearing clouds, and these barriers can prevent them from floating into central India, forcing the clouds to unleash their waters, even outside the monsoon season. These flash rains help the Western Ghats stay green for almost the entire year. A group of tiny Indian white-eyes bathe in this tranquil paradise. These cute, hyperactive little birds love to travel through the forest in small groups, and each one measures only about 8 to 9 centimeters in length. So small that they can have eye-to-eye contact with the bee. There are a lot of theories as to why birds in tropical jungles and rainforests have evolved to have such striking colors. One strong theory is that the availability of food and water year-round has allowed these birds to expend their energy into evolving those bright colors. But there are a lot of variations and exceptions. Take, for example, this extremely showy blue-capped rock thrush. The bright colors can be picked up even in the dense foliage. This bird breeds in the mighty Himalayas, but it flies down to the Western Ghats during the harsh winter months. But despite being in the winter range, the male does not lose his beautiful colors. Every now and then, he turns around to display that blue head that this species is famous for. He is showing it off to the female, who does not share these bright colors and could easily be mistaken for a separate species. This difference in color is known as sexual dimorphism. The dull brown shades are an important camouflage for the female when she is nesting deep in the forest. Sexual dimorphism can take many forms. This white-bellied blue flycatcher is only found in the dense foothill forests of the Western Ghats. At first glance, Its long name seems quite accurate because it is indeed a blue flycatcher and it has that white belly, which it will show us now when it turns around. But the female is so different that she too could be easily misidentified as a different species. It is also important to note that not all birds found here are so colorful. There are black-throated munias, round-cheeked fulvetters, and different species of babblers that are not so colorful. It is just that the number of species in the tropics is so high that we only seem to notice the most colorful ones first. The Western Ghats contain such a fantastic diversity of plant centuries that the creatures that live here have almost a year round supply of flowers and fruits. The bright red berries of a banyan tree attract some near threatened species. A Malabar Pied Hornbill. Despite its large size, this bird is hidden away into the confines of the tall tree. The large bill of the hornbill may not be best suited for grazing on tiny berries, but it still serves an important function when it comes to digging for food and for nest building. Fruiting trees like this one can take years to grow and mature, and these hornbills depend on such trees. They act as pollinators as they spread the seeds all around the forest. Over the years, this fascinating and prehistoric looking bird has faced several threats, from habitat loss to hunting pressures, and it has an uncertain future. The much smaller Indian yellow tit could not be more different in appearance to the hornbill. This little bird is a specialist of the hill forests and is an active foraging bird. Even though this habitat is so rich, there is still a lot of competition from various species. From alert, bronzed drongos that shine brightly in the sunshine to the beautifully colored Dickel's blue flycatcher that love to stay quiet and motionless as they keep a lookout, to the brilliant and golden hues of the yellow-browed bulbul. But our little bird has a little trick up its sleeve. The tiny beak of the tit is like a sharp razor as it cuts through the thin branches of the bamboo. The Indian yellow tit can reach a hidden food source where little insects and grubs may be hiding. The same action also provides potential nesting material. The thin scrapings would make an excellent base for any nest. Every species in each habitat evolves to exploit its own little niche, no matter how small or how unusual it may be. This is the magic of evolution and why rich habitats have such an amazing range and diversity of species. The nesting season is in full swing, and a pair of black-naped monarchs are busy constructing their little nest. Their nest is a deep cup full of plant clippings, mosses, and grasses. But they also use a large amount of cobwebs that not only decorates the nest but also helps to hold the structure together. Whilst the monarchs are still in the midst of construction, there are some nests that are already full of babies. Perfectly camouflaged in only a few centimeters in length is a sunbird's nest. The little chicks are patiently waiting for the urgent food delivery, and when it comes, the parent bird will deliver it with lightning fast speed. There, a split-second delivery. The reason why the parent birds are so fast is because they do not want to give away the position of their precious nest. The nest is perfectly camouflaged against the background, and unless any predator were to see the parent birds, they wouldn't really be able to find the nest easily. The chicks are also keenly aware that they need to be quiet once the parents have flown off. After all, the forest does have many potential threats. From mischievous macaques that could easily destroy the nest, to inquisitive and active giant Malabar squirrels, to venomous snakes. Their stories are coming up later this year, and that film will focus on a specific part of the Western Ghats, which is the magical forest of Dandeli and the wondrous wildlife that is found there.